changing from simple forms of life to more complex ones in response to changes in the environment since the beginning of life. Now, this theory, it started like this. They were talking about gases at first, and these gases, the major gases that were talked about were helium and hydrogen. So they have this belief that these gases came together, and all of a sudden there was a big blast. They call it the Big Bang theory. Have you heard of the Big Bang theory before?
No, sir. No, sir.
You've not heard about it. So once there was a blast, then Earth was now created, grasses were created, organisms, other organisms were created. That's the belief of the evolutionists. Then from that creation, it started moving from simple to more complex organisms. Yes. So if you don't believe what they say, it's still good. But if you go to places like US, UK, they are staunch believers of evolutionists too. They can even hack you. They can even attack you if you say contrary to what they believe. So that is that for evolution, organic evolution. So the definition, I just gave you the definition. Organic evolution is therefore defined as a series of gradual changes which living organisms have undergone over time, changing from simple forms of life to more complex ones in response to changes in the environment since the beginning of life. So the watchword there is simple to complex, and then over time, the gradual change over time. Those are the watchwords that you should know, you should have. So if you are defining it and you don't put in these watchwords, then you're not defining what you're supposed to define. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh. Balkisu, are you there?
No, no one is there. Okay.
Except you.
Yes.
Wow. Let's continue. So, this organic evolution theory was worked on by two scientists, two biologists, to be frank. The first one was John Baptiste Lamarck. Yes, he was a French biologist. And the second one was Charles Darwin. He was also a biologist from England. Yes. So in 1801, John Baptiste Lamarck carried out his work, and he named his own theory of use and disuse. So John Baptiste Lamarck, a French biologist, was the first to put forward the theory of organic evolution in 1801. His theory is also called the theory of use and disuse because it emphasizes that organs or structures of organisms change according to how much they are used or not used. Lamarck's idea of evolution was based on two main points. So let's look at the two main points that his idea was based on before I now uh, elaborate, throw more light into it. So the theory of need, stroke use and disuse. This theory states that organs that are frequently used become stronger and better developed, while those that are not used become weaker and may disappear. So example, early snakes had short bodies and legs. As they moved through narrow spaces in dense vegetation, they stretched their bodies, their legs became useless and eventually disappeared. All right, what this particular part of the theory is talking about is that if a parent makes use of a particular part of his body, John Lamarck is of the opinion that if he makes use of that particular part of the body, that particular part of the body will be transmitted. The effectiveness of that particular part of the body will be transmitted to the offspring. You get me? Then the ones that are not used will also be transmitted, but after some time it begin to die and it will become atrophied. 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 Atrophied means useless. Do you understand that point?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Has anybody joined?
No. No.
Okay. So it becomes atrophied and useless. So, for instance, he now emphasized on giraffe because giraffe has a long neck. It can browse on treetops to eat leaf. You understand? But because the giraffe has a long neck, it has passed the trait to its offspring because it has been making use of its neck all the time. So it has passed that trait to the offspring. And then I also made mention of snake that at that initial time they were of the belief that snake had legs, tiny legs. But because of the vegetation, they need to stretch a lot, and that's why they lost their legs after some time. So the legs became useless, and they were now using their stretched body to move about, to wriggle around. Do you understand that point?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's look at the second part of his theory. The second part of his theory is hammering on acquired characteristics. So I. The theory of acquired characteristics is still under John Lamarck's theory. So it's also known as inheritance of acquired characters. This theory states that variations acquired by an organism during its lifetime are passed on to its offspring. Examples: giraffes with short necks stretched their necks to reach leaves, and their offspring inherited longer necks. I've said that before. Then another example: ducks develop webs on their feet between their toes as they frequently visited water, and this trait was passed on. So, in this particular aspect of acquired characters, it means that any part of your body that you make use of all the time, frequently, it means that the character will be passed to your offspring. You understand? Now, initially, when he came up with this theory, he said that the environment influences one's characters, which everybody agrees. Yes, everybody agrees to that. Even Charles Darwin's theory, he also emphasized on the environment. But his own was like, ah, any part of your body that you make use of all the time and is frequent, you can be passed to your offspring. So let me give you this scenario. Let's say somebody's father is well built, is muscular, he has six packs and all that. Does that mean that he can pass it to his offspring?
No,
Does that mean he can pass it to his offspring? Is the yes or no?
no.
No,
Maybe.
he, no, he cannot pass it to his offspring because uh, all those things, all those muscles were acquired. It was acquired due to exercise. It is not something that he can inherit. You get me? So the child can end up being very fat or, not well built like the father because it is not an inherited trait. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So that is where people started finding fault. Not only this one that I just mentioned, though. There are other instances that people had to, investigate his theory. So they now found out that the theory was not really working very well. That the theory was, not correct. So people no longer took the theory serious. You understand me? Until a particular, okay, he was raining, no doubt. Don't misquote me. He was raining. It was raining until a particular scientist came and rubbished all his work, and that is Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin came in 1859 and scattered all his work. That means he has enjoyed 58 years of nobody challenging his theory. You understand? Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's continue. So explanation of Lamarck use and disuse theory. So Lamarck believed that animals change because they need to, and the changes they make during their lives by using or not using a body part are passed on to their children. Example, if an animal stretches its neck to eat high leaves, its babies will be born with longer necks. So Darwin's theory of organic evolution by natural selection, which is the next one, that's the next one we're looking at, the next scientist. So Charles Darwin, a British biologist in 1859, propounded the theory of organic evolution by natural selection. So his theory was named natural selection. Sometimes people used to refer his theory as survival of the fittest, leading to the origin of species. His theory of natural selection includes the following points. Number one, overpopulation. All living organisms produce more offspring than can survive. So if you look at your textbook, if you look at your essential biology textbook especially, it starts like this, that all living things are able, have the ability to reproduce despite limited resources in the environment. Do you understand that point, that first point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Are you still the only one in the house?
Yes.
Wow. It's like this is real private lesson. Number two, struggle for existence. Because of overpopulation, there is constant competition for survival among offspring. So because of this overpopulation, the offspring tend to compete with themselves. They tend to compete for mates and tend to compete in order to pass their lineage, in order to pass their lineage from generation to generation. Because one thing about evolution, this Charles Darwin's theory, is about how to continue your lineage, how to continue your generation. That's what's basically about. How to reproduce. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
So, as I was saying, struggle for existence. It then leads to competition, and after the competition, you begin to see that number three, variation among offspring. No two individuals are exactly alike. So once they struggle, they compete. Those that survive must have gotten the good trait. That is why they survive. They must have gotten the good trait from their parents. That is why they survive. Whereas those that don't have the good traits or useful traits, they become eliminated. They become eliminated. That means their generation has stopped. They become eliminated. Do you understand?
Yes.
Then number three, variation among offspring. No two individuals are alike, exactly alike. So because of the variation that exists among this population, that is why they are able to survive. That is why they are able to go through the competition and come out as survivors, as survivors. Yeah. Then number four, adaptive characteristics. Some offsprings have traits that help them survive better than others. So because of this variation, some of them can use that their variation to adapt in their environment. When I talk about variation, differences among them that exist among them, yes, they can use that to their advantage to survive. Then number five, inheritance of adaptive characteristics. Who just joined? Shamsuddin, who joined?
Biology.
Okay. So five, inheritance of adaptive characteristics. The well adapted ones, which is the fittest, the ones that survived, they can reproduce and then they pass on their good traits to their offspring. Those poorly adapted die off. I think I've said that before. Have I said that or not? Did I say that?
Did you say what?
I just read one statement and I was trying to confirm whether I said that. I said inheritance of adaptive characteristics. The well adapted ones, that is the fittest, survive and reproduce, passing on their good traits to their offspring. Those poorly adapted
Yes,
die off. Sure, maybe I said something like that.
yes, sir.
Okay. Then number six, development of new species. Over a long period, the accumulation of favorable variations leads to new species. I said over a long period, the accumulation of favorable variation leads to new species. So those differences that occur amongst a population of living organisms, let's say for instance in this context, human beings, the different variations that they have makes them to formulate or create new species amongst themselves. That is what happens after variation and then adaptation has occurred. So, more explanation on that Charles Darwin's theory. Darwin believed that nature chooses who survives. Only the strongest or most suitable animals live long enough to have babies and pass their good traits on. Example, giraffes with long necks survived to eat high leaves, but the short-necked ones died out. Do you understand that point? Do you understand that
Yes,
point?
yes.
Hmm. You explain though. This one you're saying yes, 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 yes. You explain though. Let me find out whether you are following very well. Then types of evolution. But before we go to types of evolution, in fact, let me start to hear you now. Can you just tell me what you've been able to gather from these two things I've talked about, these two theories that I've talked about? Anyone. Okay, just mention one and explain one.
I'm on the
Which one?
I said the yeah,
Is it the first one or second one?
Charles
Oh,
Darwin,
oh,
the
your network is bad. Though. I barely hear what you're saying. It's okay. It's okay. So to wrap it up, that Charles Darwin's theory. Let's continue. To wrap it up, that Charles Darwin's theory is hammering on inheritance. It's linked to Gregor Mendel's work on genetics. So he was of the opinion that traits are being transmitted from parents to offspring. That is Charles Darwin's theory. And everybody was like, bravo, bravo. This theory makes sense more than John Lamarck's theory. Do you understand?
yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the next thing we're looking at types of evolution. We're looking at types of evolution. So the first one is divergent evolution. Divergent evolution is talking about a situation whereby related species become different because of the different environments they live in. Example, limbs of vertebrates, in bracket humans, bats, whales, have the same bone structure but perform different functions. What this simply means is this. They are related. I hope you know that humans are mammals.
Yes,
Bat too is also a mammal. You know that bat is a mammal.
yes,
And then whales, Whales, they are also mammals. You get me? But if you look at the forelimb of man, man can use his hand to grasp onto things. Man can use his hand to write. Man can use his hand to punch. Man can use his hand to lift things. You understand? You understand that one?
yes, sir.
But if you look
Yes.
if you look at bats, bats have four limbs too. At least to some extent they can hold on to something with their four limbs. But majorly that limbs is for flying. It is basically for flying. And then whale, it has limbs too, but they call it flippers. And the flipper looks exactly that of the fin of a fish, and it uses its flippers for swimming. So you can see they are mammals. They have the same four-limb structure, but it is used for different purposes. That is why we call it divergent evolution. They are related, but their body structure is used for different purposes. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Number two, we're looking at convergent evolution. Now, in the case of convergent evolution, it's a situation whereby unrelated species, they are not related though, they develop similar structures because they face similar environmental challenges. Example, birds and bats both develop wings for flying. You know, bird is not a mammal. Bird is an ave, A-V-E, right?
Yes.
So because bird is an ave, it has wings which it uses to fly. But in the case of bat, bat is a mammal. That's the difference between the two of them. Bat is a mammal, but it has wings for flying. So they have similar structures for flying. Do you understand now? Do you understand now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Then the one I just mentioned earlier on, yes, even though it's not in this example in the notes, I still want to emphasize on it again. The whale, flippers of a whale. Whale is a mammal and it uses its flippers to swim. The flippers looks exactly like the fin of a fish. Fish is a Pisces. It's a Pisces. It's under Pisces, and it uses its fins for swimming. So they are not related. They are not related, but they have similar structures for swimming. Do you understand? Do you understand me? Talk to me.
Yes.
Yeah. Now the next thing we're looking at is trends in evolution. You know, there is a belief that evolution has a pattern. Yes, there's a pattern for evolution. So that's what we're going to look at. Both plants and animals show their own unique pattern. So the first plant that they believe existed was algae, followed by bryophytes, which are examples are liverworts and mosses, followed by pteridophytes. A typical example is ferns, followed by gymnosperms. Typical example of gymnosperms, which are the naked seeds, are conifers and cycads. They're followed by uh, flowering plants, angiosperms. Now, the trend observed, it started with non-vascular plants. That means they didn't have the vascular tissue. They didn't have xylem and phloem tissue. Then it now went further to produce vascular plants, those ones that have phloem and tissue. Phloem and xylem, rather. Xylem tissue. Then you now have the seedless, then the seed bearing, simple, complex, and it's like that from aquatic to terrestrial. You know, algae is aquatic, so it started from the aquatic, which is algae, to terrestrial. Do you understand? My people, do you understand?
Yes.
Yes. Who's this person that is saying yes? What's your name?
Balkis.
Okay, Balkisu. You're welcome. What happened? Now you left some minutes ago. I hope no problem.
Network program.
Okay, I see. I see. I see. So number two, we're looking at the trends in evolution for animals. Now for animals, we're looking at it from simple to complex. What are invertebrates, by the way? Anybody can try. I want to know the meaning of invertebrates. Let me find out whether you know.
Invertebrates are animals without backbone.
Wonderful, beautiful, beautiful. So invertebrates are animals without backbone. A typical example are protozoa. Example of protozoa are amoeba, paramecium, and then from protozoa, the belief is that it now went to another complex organism, which is coelentrates. A typical example of coelentrates is hydra. Hydra is an example of coelentrates. Even coral polyps, CO.
Sir, I'm not,
You say?
I'm not hearing you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
I said that it started from simple for animals, for trends in evolution for animals. It started from simple to complex, and I started mentioning invertebrates, the different types of invertebrates. So the first one that evolutionists believe existed was protozoa. You've seen an amoeba before, right?
No, but I've ever seen it in a textbook.
But you've seen it in a, okay, you've seen it in a textbook.
Yes,
Hmm?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So amoeba, paramecium, they are all examples of invertebrates. You understand? So if you look at the arrow after protozoa, if you look at the arrow, it leads to what? Coelentrates, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. The one of Coelentrates. That's coelentrates. Another name for coelentrates is nidaria. Another name for coelentrates is nidaria. It starts with Cnidaria. Nidaria. Is that point clear?
Yes.
Example of coelentrates or nidaria is hydra. Hydra. Or you can another example is coral polyps. Coral. Then polyps. Polyps. Oh yeah, what examples did I mention? Tell me the examples I mentioned. If you were paying attention.
Hydra.
You okay? And what?
Liar. What is
And coral polyps. Did you get the coral polyps?
no?
The spelling is Coral. Coral. Then polyps is spelled Polyps. Polyps. Coral polyps. Did you get it now?
Yes, sir.
So those are examples of coelentrates. Then from coelentrates, it now went to a more complex animal group, which is platyhelminths. Platyhelminths. So you can see platyhelminths. Can you see can you see this the write up very well?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can you give me an example of platyhelminths?
No.
If you have forgotten, you tell me. Oh.
No, sir.
Bakisi, what about you?
No, sir.
Okay, example of platyhelminths is platyhelminths are known as flatworm. So example of platyhelminths are tapeworm. Tapeworm is an example. We also have planaria. 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 Do you get it now?
Yes.
Then from platyhelminths, you now have annelids, which is more complex than platyhelminths. Annelids. What's the spelling that you see on your screen? Spell it for me.
A-N-N-E-L-I-D.
Yes. Very good. So a typical example of annelids is earthworm. Sure, you've seen earthworm before now. Earthworm is popular everywhere now.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Earthworm. You also have tubeworm. Tubeworm. Tubeworm is black and it sucks blood. Yeah. Yeah. Tubeworm. You also have leech. Leech is the one that is black. Sorry. Leech is the one that is black and sucks blood. You have leech. You have tubeworm. You have earthworm. etc. Those are the three prominent examples I can recall right now. So those are examples of annelids. Then from annelids, you have a more complex organism. In which group? What's the name of the group that you see there?
Mollusks.
Mollusks, correct. Mollusks. So examples of mollusks are octopus and snail. Yes, octopus, snail, etc. They fall under mollusk. After mollusks, you have arthropods. Yes, where you have insects, you have spiders, you have centipede, you have millipede. All of them fall under arthropods. You have crustacea like prawns, yes, they fall under arthropods. Even crabs, they fall under arthropods. I hope you know that arthropods has four groups. Is it four? Yeah, four groups. It has crustacea, it has insecta, it has arachnida, and it has myriapoda. Should I say it again?
Yes.
Yes. Arthropods has four groups under it. It has crustacea. Example of crustacea is prawns, crayfish, periwinkle, and no, not periwinkle. Prawns, crayfish. Yes, especially prawns and crayfish. That's what you can find there. Now the spelling of crustacea is Crustacea. That's spelling for crustacea. What examples did I give you for crustacea?
Crayfish.
And prawns, right? Prawns is spelled
Yes.
prawns is spelled Prawns. The prawns look like crayfish, but they are bigger than crayfish. You must have seen it before. You must have even eaten it before. Yes. Okay. Then we have insecta. Insecta, that's where you find ants, different ants. You find cockroach, you find housefly, etc. All of them fall under insecta. Then you now have arachnida. Arachnida is where you can find mites, mites, mites. You can also find spider. You can find spider.
I arachnid.
Okay, the spelling for arachnida
Yes.
is spelled Arachnida. Arachnida. Did you get it?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm giving you a typical example is spider. You can also have mites, mites. Those are examples of arachnida. Then the other one is myriapoda. Myriapoda. The spelling of myriapoda is Myriapoda. Myriapoda. That's the spelling for myriapoda. Examples of myriapoda are millipede and centipede. Now take notes. Take notes. Take notes. Take notes. Myriapoda is divided into two groups. We have chilopoda and diplopoda. The spelling of chilopoda is
Saka
CHI.
Gaye.
Is there?
Saka no Gaye.
Now go. What about now?
I'm hearing now.
I said that what's it? Myriapoda is divided into two. But did you get the spelling for myriapoda?
Yes.
So myriapoda is divided into two. We have chilopoda and diplopoda. The spelling for chilopoda is Chilopoda. 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 A. Chilopoda. Example of chilopoda is centipede. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Then the second group under myriapoda is diplopoda. Diplopoda. The spelling for diplopoda is Diplopoda. Diplopoda. An example of diplopoda is millipede. Example of diplopoda is millipede. The spelling for millipede is Millide. Did you get it? Millipede. Oh, sorry, I think I made a mistake. Let me repeat again. Millipede. Millipede. Do you understand? Did you get it spelling?
Yes, sir.
So that is the different groups that are found under arthropods. Then after arthropods, you now have a more complex. I'm still continuing the trend. I'm continuing the trend. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So after arthropod, you have a more complex set of organisms which are known as echinoderms. Echinoderms. The spelling is there on the screen. Echinoderms. Example of echinoderms is starfish. Example of echinoderms is starfish. So that is where it stops. That is the highest for invertebrates, animals with backbones. That's where it stops for invertebrates. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we're going to look at evolutionary trend in vertebrates. What are vertebrates?
And
Animals that do what?
with the backbone.
Beautiful. Animals with backbones. And number one, it's divided. We have up to four groups. Is it four? Yeah, I think. Wait, let me see. We have up to. Let me name them. We have Pisces. We have amphibians. We have reptiles. We have aves, and we have mammals. How many did I mention?
Five.
Five.
Five. Yeah. So we have five groups under vertebrates, animals with backbone. So we look at the first one, which is uh, Pisces, which is the fish. Yes. We have bony fish, we have cartilaginous fish. So they are the first set of vertebrates to exist. So after that first set of vertebrates, which is fish, it now developed into the creation of amphibians. Yes. So the fish came out of water in form of amphibians, frog and toad. So that's the next one, amphibians. Yes. After amphibians, it now developed or became more complex to form complex organisms such as reptiles, which were proper land animals. Because the amphibians were still going back to water, especially to breed, especially to carry out reproduction, they were still going back to water. You know. So reptiles was the proper land animal after amphibians. Then reptiles, according to evolutionists, were also believed to transform to or evolutionalized to birds. Then birds now also changed over time to mammals. Yes. Do you people believe all these things these people are saying?
No.
Even me, self, I don't believe. Oh, I don't believe at all. What about you, Balkisu? Do you believe what you're saying?
No, sir.
Yes. Me, I don't believe what you are saying. But if you look at it too, they have evidence. So they have evidence to back up their claim. So the next thing they'll be asking you, if you say you were created by God, Allah, show us. They want to see proof. They want evidence. That's why most of them they don't believe. They don't believe in God. You understand? Most of them don't believe in God because they are holding on to that proof that they have. But they forget to find they forget to know that it is God that even made that proof. Without that evidence, eh, if God did not make that evidence, they wouldn't be able to carry out this their evolutionary study. So me, I still believe that God is the Alpha, the Omega, and the omnipotent Lord. Yes. So that's what I believe in. I believe in God. I believe in Allah. I believe that we were created from them. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's look at the trend again. So for vertebrates, it started with fish, then amphibians, reptiles, birds, and then mammals. So the trend that is observed is that it moved from simple to complex. From aquatic, what was the aquatic animal there?
Fish,
What was the aquatic animal there?
fish,
Fish, yes, yes, fish, exactly. Then it now moved to terrestrial. What was the terrestrial animal there?
the amphibian,
Is it?
Algae.
It was reptiles. It was reptile. Then it now moved to aerial. Is it that you call it aerial or you call it arboreal? So what is the meaning of aerial or arboreal animals?
So
Talk
I
to
don't
me.
know it.
You don't know. Marcus,
Yes, sir.
what did you say? Okay, you don't know.
Yes, sir.
Okay, aerial or arboreal animals. I'm talking about animals that spend most of their time on trees. They spend their time on trees and in the sky, like birds, like monkeys. Those are arboreal animals. Do you understand? Like squirrel. Birds, the birds, they stay on trees too. So any animal that stays on trees is known as an arboreal animal. Do you understand? Or aerial animal. Answer me now.
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Then we also observe that we had cold-blooded animals. Can you mention the cold-blooded animals there?
Mammals,
No, mammal is not a cold-blooded animal. Oh. The cold-blooded animals were fish, amphibians, and reptiles. They are cold-blooded animals. You know why they are cold-blooded animals? Because they work with the temperature in their environment. It's not like us that we are usually warm because of all the metabolic activities that we carry out. Metabolic activities like respiration, metabolic activities like you know digestion, circulatory system, reproductive system, all those metabolic activities. It generates heat, and then we also have a liver as well that helps to generate heat because of its processes that it carries out. Do you understand?
yes, yes, sir.
Balkis, are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So from cold-blooded animals, we now had warm-blooded animals. Okay, now can you give me an example of warm-blooded animals?
Animals, mama.
Yes, mammals. Beautiful. You just hit the nail on the head. So mammals are warm-blooded animals. Then external fertilization. They carried out external fertilization, especially those ones that are in the water region. All those fishes and amphibians, they carry out external fertilization. You know what external fertilization is now? The female lays her eggs, especially in that of toad. The female lays her eggs, then the toad now secretes sperm on the eggs. So from there, the eggs will now hatch externally. Not It's not happening inside the body; it's happening outside. That's why it's called external fertilization. You understand? Even in that of fish, the same thing. The female lays eggs, and then the male also lays sperms on the eggs, and then from there it hatches into a new born. That is external fertilization. Whereas in the case of internal fertilization, it is usually done inside the body of the animal, like in human beings. Yes, internal fertilization is being carried out. Even in animals like reptiles, animals like birds, internal fertilization is being carried out. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, when you talk about fertilization, you're talking about the sperm and the egg cells coming together to form a zygote, which develops to an embryo and eventually to an offspring, a proper offspring. So that is what that is about. Now, if you also observe, primitive organ systems is also another aspect that they looked at. Primitive organs to highly specialized systems. You understand? The fins of a fish, they are primitive organs. They are primitive systems for swimming compared to that of man, which has developed four limbs. Yes. So, and there are other things as well. If you observe the feet of a frog or toad, you see it's not as developed as that of man, as that of mammals. So you can see that there's high development from simple to complex. Do you understand? Are you there? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So that is what that's about. Now we're looking at another theory, which is known as modern theories of evolution. But before I go on, I want to ask, is there any question? Is there any question?
No, sir.
Okay, so the next thing we're looking at is modern theories of evolution. Darwin's theory has been improved using modern sciences like genetics, ecology, cytology, physiology, anatomy, paleontology, and embryology, which explain evolution more clearly using DNA, fossil records, and cell studies. I repeat, Darwin's theory has been improved by using modern sciences like genetics, that is talking about traits that are transmitted from parents to offspring, that is the study of traits, study of heredity. Then ecology, studying the environment in which living organisms stay. Then cytology is talking about studying different plant cell and animal cell. Then physiology is talking about how the body functions. You get me? Then anatomy is talking about the different parts of the body, the different parts of the body, the organs of the body. Yes, that's what anatomy is about. Paleontology is talking about fossils. When you talk about fossils, you're talking about those things that occurred long time ago, those imprints, those remaining parts of animals long time ago, like their bones. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Then embryology is talking about embryos, the developing offspring, the developing offspring inside the womb. That is what embryology is talking about. So modern theory is basically hammering on Charles Darwin's theory, which everybody has accepted that is the right theory. So modern theory is coming in to explain the theory better. Yes, that is telling you, it's telling you that it has a link with all these things that I just mentioned. It has a link with genetics, it has a link with ecology, it has a link with cytology, physiology, anatomy, paleontology, and embryology. So modern theories has developed it based on all these areas of sciences. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. You know, I told you that I asked you a question that you really believe what these people said, and you said no. Well, they believe what they have put forward, and they have evidence. So we are looking to look at those evidence that they claim that they have. We're looking at those evidences that they have concerning evolution. So the first one is cytology, cell studies, similar cell structures across organisms, DNA, ATP, and mitochondria. Now, if you look at different organisms, you observe that in their cell, they have this particular constituents. They have nucleus, they have a DNA, they have mitochondria, even human beings too. If you look at that of fish has all these cells. Then man too also possesses these cells. It possesses nucleus, it possesses mitochondria, possesses ribosome, possesses all sorts of things, and they also possess it together. So they are of the opinion that definitely we man must have come from all these creatures, because we have all these basic things. So those things are present in them because they are in a simple state. They are in a simple organism state, but we are in a more complex organism state. That is why we still have those things that we had when we were in a simple organism state. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then the next evidence that they have is, you say,
That person, what is the full meaning of DNA?
DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. The spelling, do you not spell it?
No, sir.
Deoxyribonucleic acid is spelled DEOXYXY. DEOXY. Did you get it?
Yes.
Ribonucleic. No, no. CLECLEIC. Nucleic. Then acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid. Did you get the spelling now?
I've got it.
So, in the case of deoxyribonucleic acid, you are talking about instructions. That is where instructions are being passed from parents to the offspring. It has codes, it has instructions on how this particular individual is supposed to be created. Like for instance, this individual is supposed to be have this kind of color. It's supposed to be dark in complexion. This individual is supposed to have a straight nose. This individual has to have eyes like this. So it gives the genetic instruction. That's where the instruction to create a new organism comes from. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're looking at number two, which is known as serological tests, in bracket blood study. So human blood proteins are closely related to those of great apes. If you observe, according to evolutionists, they say that our blood is very, very much related to that of apes, especially rhesus monkey. In fact, some human beings even have rhesus monkey in their system, and that rhesus monkey is majorly dominated by the rhesus monkey. So how it got into human being system is a thing of wonder, because some people have resource factor in their system. You get me? So because of this, they now say definitely we must have evolved from monkeys, we must have evolved from apes, we must have evolved from different types of apes like gorilla, chimpanzees, and what you have, orang utang, all those ones. So that's that for serological study. So it's talking about the blood study. The next one is three, physiology, molecular record. So genetic information stored in DNA is common to all life. I think I've explained what DNA is about. If you were paying attention, tell me what's the DNA talking about?
The DNA is talking about the what you inherit from your parents.
Yes, so it's basically where instructions are being made towards what to inherit from the parents. That's where instruction is being given to pass on traits to the offspring. Do you get me? Do you get me?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Shakuruddin, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Shakuruddin, please, how many people are present now?
We are two.
Who's the third person?
Yeah.
Vera.
Good evening, sir.
Madam Vera. Yeah, you know, try you. You are just going. You are just going ghost mode. You are ghosting on me. Why? What did I do to you now? Huh?
Not to interrupt.
Okay. You are just coming, Abby.
No, 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 no.
Okay. Where did you start with us?
Vertebrate.
Okay. All right. So the next evidence we are looking at is paleontology.
Excuse me,
Paleontology.
sir.
Yeah.
Please, can they show me the third this thing, the physiology? I want to
Yeah.
take
Have you
it.
seen it?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So the next one we're looking at is number 4, paleontology. Is talking about fossil record. So fossils in sedimentary rocks show how ancient plants and animals lived and changed over time. So like I was saying, fossils is talking about the remains of animals that lived in time past, talking about their bones, talking about their exoskeleton, especially insects. So all those things are preserved, and they are usually preserved in sedimentary rocks. Is a rock, usually preserved in sedimentary rocks. And there's another thing that you also need to have at the back of your mind. Scientists also carry out what is known as carbon dating, CARBON, then dating, DA, just like dating a guy, dating a boy. Carbon dating. So they carry out what is known as carbon dating. This carbon dating is to find out how long the bone has existed on Earth. So with this carbon dating, you can calculate how long it has come into existence. In fact, at a point in time, they carried out carbon dating to find out the ages of Nigerian players and footballers all over the world because they were lying about their age. How can somebody be very, very skillful, and then in some months, is beginning to have old man sickness, beginning to have arthritis and all that? So they incorporated this same thing at one point in time into the football camp, and so many people were found guilty. Yes, I don't know whether you heard the story of Taye Taiwo. Taye Taiwo had as at that time he was playing for football. His twin brother was 37, but he was claiming 17. How is that possible now? So, like people used to say, Azar now. So they had to carry out carbon dating tests. Yeah, so that's by the way. Do you understand what carbon dating is all about now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So with carbon dating, you can calculate the age of how long an organism has existed on Earth. Now, so many people say dinosaurs never lived. Yes, dinosaurs. No single man on Earth has seen a dinosaur before. But there are bones. There are bones that show that they existed. Where did the bones come from? They have been preserving bones for decades, for millions of years. It means that dinosaurs did exist because otherwise the bones wouldn't be there. And you know, dinosaurs are very huge, large, and humongous creatures. So that is one thing about paleontology. So with that, they now came to the conclusion that definitely we must have originated from all these simple organisms. So when I say simple organisms, and you know, dinosaur is big. Because it is big does not mean it is complex. So because it is big does not mean it is complex. It can be big and not have complex systems. It can be big and not have sense. You get what I'm saying? So along the line, according to evolution, even if you are small, as far as you have undergone that complexity, you have even more sense than those ones that existed in time past. Am I making sense what I'm saying, Jagons? Am I making sense when I'm saying jargons? Answer me, yo.
You are making sense.
Okay. So number 5. Somebody should read number 5.
Embryology. Early embryos of many animals
No,
resemble.
number 5. Number
No,
5. 5.
number five.
Oh,
Yes, number 5. Comparative anatomy. Go on.
comparative anatomy. Different animals share similar body structure, showing common characteristics.
Yes. So in the case of comparative anatomy, you are looking at the different body parts of the animals, how they are related. You understand? So different animals share similar body structures, showing common ancestry. Now, what you have on your screen is a diagram of the heart of different vertebrates. The heart of different vertebrates. Can you see the diagram very well? Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you observe that of a fish, let's start with that of a fish. You see that the fish has two auricles. You know, it has chambers. All this, the heart has chambers. I hope you know that. Heart has chambers. So, in the case of fish, the fish has two auricles and one ventricle. Two auricles and one ventricle. Do you understand? No, no, sorry. It has one auricle, one auricle, and one ventricle. Is it that you call it auricle or you call it atrium? Let me spell it for you. Auricle, or you spell it as Atriume. Auricle or atrium. So it has one auricle and one ventricle. The auricle is the one on top. The ventricle is the one below. I think you have done circulatory system before. You've done the heart before. As your teacher in secondary school taught you about the heart before.
Yes, sir.
Baokisu, what about you? Baokisu, have you been taught about the heart before? Oh, it's like she has gone. You go, Vera. Have you heard about the heart before? Have you been taught about the heart?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in terms of chambers, the fish has one auricle and one ventricle. The next one you look at is the amphibian. For the amphibian has two auricles. Two auricles. So you see that gray part on top that is round for amphibians now. You
Sorry,
guys,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Amphibian has
is there?
the amphibians have
The
what?
amphibian is the middle, is the second one, is the second one after the fish. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
So the amphibian has two auricles. One of them looks gray, the other one looks reddish. I was asking you, can you see it on top?
Yes, I can see it.
So if you now go below, you observe that it has only one ventricle. Yes, it has only one ventricle down. So it has two auricles and one ventricle down. Is that point clear? Is that point clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's move to the next one. Reptile. If you look at reptile, you see that it has two auricles and one incomplete ventricle. The ventricle is supposed to divide. If you look between the ventricle down, there's a small line, Abi. Have you seen that small line in between the two of them? In between the gray part and the red part?
Yes, yes.
Yes. If you observe that line does not go straight to the top. It means that it's not completely divided, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So it has two auricles and one incomplete ventricle. One incompletely divided ventricle. Understood? Understood? Is it
Yes.
understood? It's like if people are sleeping. Wake up, wake up, wake up. I need a bell. I need a bell so that I'll be ringing. Whenever you guys keep quiet like this, I know that you are sleeping. Oh, gosh, oh, that's not your name. Oh. Shakudin. Shakudin, yes,
Yes,
Shakudin. Are you sleeping?
yes, yes, sir.
Baokisu, are you sleeping?
No, sir.
Okay. Please be responding whenever I ask questions so that I will not be acting like a mad person. It's only mad person that talks and nobody answers. I beg. Don't make me look like a mad person. You hear?
Okay.
Then if you now look at the bird, which is the second to the last, you observe that it has two auricles and two ventricles. Have you seen that line is completely divided? Check it from down. The one in the ventricle side, the one from down. You see that middle it has gone straight to the top. Have you seen it?
Yes, sir.
So that's why it has two auricles and two ventricles. The same thing with mammals. The same thing with mammals. Mammal has two auricles and two ventricles. So if you observe the trend, you see that this one is one auricle, one ventricle. This one, two auricle for amphibians, and then one ventricle. For reptile, two auricles, one incomplete ventricle. Then for birds, two auricles and two ventricles. Then for mammal, two auricles and two ventricles. You see that it's moving gradually. So the scientists were now of the opinion that definitely, uh, Vera must have come from a fish. Vera,
Hold
you,
on.
I'm
Including
joking,
you.
oh. No vex, so
Including you.
so definitely we must have come from all these smaller animals. That's what they mean. You understand? Because of the graduation of the different heart chambers, the number of heart chambers. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that is one. That's another evidence of evolution. Let's look at more. Number six, embryology. Embryology. Embryology talks about early embryos of many animals that they resemble each other, showing evolutionary links. So this was the one that really captivated people.
Please,
This is
can
the
you come
evidence.
again?
I said embryology. Number six, embryology. So early embryos of many animals resemble each other, showing evolutionary links for embryology. You know what an embryo is, right? Do you know what an embryo is? An embryo
Yes,
is what an embryo is what develops after the zygote, after fertilization, which leads to zygote. The next thing is embryo. So the zygote undergoes a lot of divisions, mitosis, in order to develop into an embryo. Then from embryo, it now continues to develop and it forms the fetus. And then from fetus, it now forms baby. Do you understand?
yes, sir.
So they are of the opinion that at the embryo stage, almost all the embryo of other creatures look the same. So let us look at it from this picture. You see the first one. Let me zoom the picture very well. Uh-uh. You don't want to. Uh-oh. That one doesn't want to show. But can you see the picture though?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So if you observe for fish, the first one for fish, you see how the embryo looks like. Then if you come down to eye, you see it's beginning to transform into a fish, right? Then the eye, it transforms to a fish. Do you understand that point?
Yes, sir.
Then if you now look at salamander, look at the eye. It looks the same like that of a fish, right? Look at the eye, the embryo. All the eyes are for embryo. All the eyes are embryo. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So if you look at the eye for salamander, it looks like that of a fish. If you come down, it begins to change and form salamander, and that so-called looking lizard. It looks like a lizard that walks on the walls, usually light in coloration. Mm. And it can look frightening sometimes. Then the next one we're looking at is tortoise. Tortoise. Look at the embryo of tortoise. You see, it looks like that of both fish and salamander. If you come down, it begins to develop and form tortoise, which makes it different. Look at that of a chick. The next one is chick. See the embryo of a chick. It looks like that of all these ones that I mentioned. Fish, salamander, tortoise. You come down, it begins to differentiate itself to chick. Look at that of a hog. Look at the embryo of a hog. It looks like that of fish, salamander, tortoise, and chick. As it comes down, it begins to differentiate itself into a hog. Look at that of a calf. Look at the embryo of a calf. It looks exactly like that of fish, salamander, tortoise, chick, and hog. As it comes down, it begins to differentiate itself to form a calf. Look at that of a rabbit. Look at the embryo of a rabbit under eye. It looks like that of a fish, salamander, tortoise, chick, hog, and calf. As it comes down, it begins to develop itself to form a rabbit. Then look at the one that interests you. Look at that of human beings. Look at eye. It looks exactly like that of fish. Does it not look like it? Hello?
It look like
Look
it.
like
It looks like it. And it also looks like that of salamander. It also looks like that of tortoise. It also looks like that of chick. It also looks like that of hog. It also looks like that of calf. It also looks like that of a rabbit. But as it comes down, it begins to differentiate itself to look like a human being. So they now say, Eureka! You know, Eureka is something that scientists say when they have discovered something. So they now shouted, Eureka! Definitely. Human beings must have come from a fish, must have evolved from a fish before we now became what we are. You understand? So from fish down to mammals, then other mammals, they now say we evolved from apes, monkeys, and the host of others before you can now have human beings. Madam Vera, do you believe that?
Yes.
So you are an evolutionist. Wow. Madam Vera, what's your faith? Are you Christian? Are you Christian?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So I hope it's not as if I'm trying to say all this to encroach into your belief, oh, but that is what is in evolution. That's what evolution is about. You understand me? There was one of my colleague back in those days. She was this very born again, solid spirit cocoa lady. So once they gave us this evolution in the exam, she started writing all over. Jesus is Lord. Jesus created me. Jesus is Lord. God created me. God created me. And she failed woefully. She failed woefully because all those examiners, they don't look at it like, you are a Christian. They want you to give them exactly what they gave you. So if you are going into medicine, if you are going to do genetics and you meet this topic, you better give give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. If you go and start writing another thing, almost, they go fail you tonton. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, number 7, vestigial organs. Vestigial organs. That's the next evidence we are looking at. So, body parts that were useful to ancestors but are now reduced or useless. Examples: appendix, coccyx in brackets, tailbone, muscles behind the ears, etc. All right, let's look at this one again. Examples: appendix. You know, human beings have appendix, but that appendix, it does not serve any function at all. It doesn't carry out any benefit at all. It's just there. The only problem that you can experience with appendix is if something goes there and blocks that particular part, you now start to feel excruciating pain. Then they have to carry out surgery to cut it off. But if you look at any other animals like cattle, like all these herbivores, their appendix, it works exactly like that of intestine. It works to break down food substances. So why is it working in that those animals and it's not working in us? So evolutionists have the belief that, oh, this our appendix. When we were somewhat in a simple form like goats, we were using it, but now that we are in a more complex state, we no longer have any use of it. That is why we don't use it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Then coccyx, tailbone. Do you know that all of you have a tail? Do you know, apart from me, do you know that all of do you know
Yes,
everybody has a tail? Oh. You have a tail. Have you seen a model of a skeleton before? In your secondary school. All secondary schools have it now. You're supposed to have it in your school, secondary school. Do you used to see model of a skeleton in your biology lab? Hello?
yes, sir.
Okay. If you look at the model of a skeleton very well, you see all the different types of vertebrae. You see the cervical vertebrae, you see the thoracic vertebrae, you see the lumbar vertebrae, you see the sacral vertebrae, before you now see the caudal vertebrae or coccyx. That is the tail that I'm talking about. So evolutionists were of the opinion that our tail is not as developed as that of other animals. That is because we no longer make use of the long tail anymore. Like in the case of monkeys can use their tail to hold on to things, to hold on to tree branches. They can use it to cling on to tree branches. You understand? Then the dog can make use of his tail to, to dust his body or to touch his body when it's feeling itchy. He can use his tail to, make it feel okay. But since we no longer make use of our tail, that is why it is very, very short. It's not as developed as their own. Do you understand? Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then in the other one, muscles behind the ears. There are some animals that can flap their ears, like elephants. Elephants can flap his ears very well because of the muscles that are there. So he can flap his ears very well, especially when he's not feeling comfortable, or when it's inside water, he can flap it very well so as to make sure the water spreads to different parts of his body. But can you flap your ear? Nobody can flap his or her ear now. So the muscles there are not working towards that purpose. It's not working towards that purpose. You understand me? And again, our earlobe too is not also our earlobe too is not also functioning for any purpose as regards that. But our earlobe, for the girls, they make use of it to put earring. I think that's a function. But Vera, is that not a function? To look beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Yes. That's a, that's what they use it for. So but it has no benefit, it has no use. The earlobe basically has no use. It doesn't do anything for us. So that is that for vestigial organs. So vestigial organs is talking about organs that are useless, that are no longer of any use to humans. Am I making sense? Do you understand me? Shakuruddin, Baokisu, do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now the next thing we're looking at is we're looking at mutation. We're looking at mutation theory of evolution. You know, I initially gave you a hint about mutation theory of evolution. I told you that it is linked to which of them? Is it Charles Darwin or John Lamarck? You don't want to answer. Okay, let's be looking at ourselves now. We'll be looking at ourselves. Is it linked to Charles Darwin or John Lamarck? See, you're not paying attention. It irks me so much. After sweating blood and tears, you people cannot give me an answer. Shakuruddin, Mo- mutation. Okay. Sorry. It's my bad. Oh, my bad. I thought it was modern theory of evolution. Sorry about that. It's my bad. My bad. It's mutation theory of evolution. Oh. This one is different. Uh, you forgive me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. With one
So,
condition,
which condition is that one?
you have to send us sweets, all of us.
I have to send
Now,
you
now,
what?
now, now. Sweet.
Sweets. Did they used to send? How did they send sweets via internet? Uh, is that not jazz? How do I do it now? Oh, okay. Don't worry. One of these days, I will surprise all of you. I'll just send you guys 10k. Too much money. Money in our water now. Money in our water.
I
I'm
can't
telling
wait.
you. Very soon. All right. So mutation. We're looking at mutation theory of evolution. Mutation is a sudden change in the genetic makeup in bracket DNA of a cell, which results in a new characteristic that can be inherited. Mutations usually occur during meiosis in brackets formation of sperm and egg cells. When a mutation happens, the new offspring may look or act differently. This provides raw material for evolution. Now, mutation is talking about the sudden change in DNA of a cell. Now, what does that mean? That means that supposing the DNA has given instruction that this particular individual, oh, this individual should look like this. It should have a nice hair, straight head, and all that. But when there's a genetic change, it can give otherwise. It can say this person should have a round head. This person should, instead of twins, the twins should be conjoined. That means they should have two heads and one body. You understand that kind of stuff. This person, instead of this person to have one organ, that's a male organ. You should have a male organ and then what they call it, female organ. That's hermaphrodite. You understand? And one bad thing about that is that this particular trait will continue from generation to generation. So in every family, in every generation family, you will see one person that is having these abnormal traits because of the genetic makeup that has been changed. That is why it's advisable anywhere you go to, if you are in the hospital where they are doing X-ray, avoid that place. Or if you want to be there, wear their overall. There's a particular cloth that they wear overall. You just don't go and stand there because it's going to pass through your. This thing can penetrate through your clothes, and then change your jeans. Or like in Ukraine that they are fighting war now, they are throwing nuclear bombs. Nuclear bombs releases radioactive rays. It releases radioactive elements like all this beta ray, like all this X-ray. You understand? If you go and expose yourself, like all this beta ray and all this alpha ray, rather, if you go and expose yourself to them, huh, it can change your genes, oh, and it's going to affect your children. You understand? And that generation, that gene is going to be passed on to the next generation. So that's one bad thing about mutation. You understand? But mutation is not entirely bad. There are some good traits you can also get from mutation, the change in genes, because it's not only caused by X-rays, not only caused by what they call it, radioactive elements. It can also be caused by recombination of genes. That means the mixture of genes in the fertilization the process. It can cause by mixture of genes, whereby the chromosomes they change position, or the genes that is being carried by the chromosome change position. So it can cause by recombination of genes. Yeah, so that's about that. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. So mutations usually occur during meiosis. Meiosis is a special type of division that occurs in the sex cells. In sperm cell, the division occurs. In egg cell, the division occurs. So instead of 46 chromosomes, it's divided to form 23 chromosomes of sperm cell and 23 chromosomes of egg cell, which come together to form a diploid organism. They come together to form what? A diploid organism. So that is what meiosis does. Whereas in the case of mitosis, it enables that division in the body so that you can grow. You can grow from the stage that you are, from a zygote to embryo, from embryo to fetus, from fetus to baby, from baby to a child, from child to adult. So that is what mitosis does, the divisions that occur. And apart from growth, mitosis can also play a role in repairing different tissues in the body, especially when you are injured. That is why it's possible for animals like lizard, if their tail is cut, the tail can grow back again because of mitosis. But in our own, it's not possible. It's just they're just lucky to have that kind of feature. You get what I'm saying? So types of mutation. Number one, gene point mutation. This is a sudden change in the DNA structure at a particular point, which I've talked about already. Number two, chromosome mutation. This is caused by breakage or loss of parts of chromosomes. So breakage or loss of parts of chromosomes can lead to the sudden change. Now, causes of mutation. I've told you already, X-ray can cause mutation. Ultraviolet ray, yes, that is why it's not good to expose yourself too much to the sun, because the sun releases ultraviolet rays. So that ultraviolet rays too can also change your genes. So you have to be careful. Those of you that can trek for Africa, can trek under hot sun. Please try to avoid this too much sun, especially that afternoon sun. If it's the morning sun, the hair you can come out for the morning sun so as to get your vitamin D. But you see that afternoon sun, I beg, avoid that more. Then cosmic radiation. Cosmic radiation is talking about radiation that comes from space. Yes, all those from the galaxy region where you have the Mars, Jupiter, and all that. So cosmic radiation can also too. It can also cause this mutation. Then gene reassortment or recombination. I've talked about it before. So gene reassortment or recombination can also cause mutation. Any question? Any question?
Yes, sir.
Madam Vera, are you following?
Yes, sir.
Baokisu, are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the next thing we're looking at is forces responsible for evolution. Number one, mutation. Number two, reassortment of genes. Reassortment of genes. And then three, recombination of genes. These are what is responsible for evolution. So if they ask you what is causing this evolution, what is causing these changes over time, know that it is mutation, know that it is assortment of genes, and know that it is recombination of genes. These are the things that cause the change over time. Now I have some questions for you that I want you to do. I have 10 of them. So get busy.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Please, can you show me the causes of mutation? Abi? Let me check.
Have you seen it? Three of them. mutation. Two, reassessment of genes. And three, recombination of genes. I hope you know that I will still send this note to the platform.
Yes, sir.
Mhm. Tell me when you are done.
I'm done.
Okay. So please attempt these questions now. You are going to mark it once you are done. You have 10 questions. Tell me when you are done so that I can move to the next set. Are you done? Mr. Shakurin, are you done? Mr. Shakuruddin, are you done?
No, sir.
What about you, Balkisu? Are you done? Balkisu, are you there?
Yes.
Are you done?
Yes.
Madam Vera, are you done? Vera, are you
Yes,
done?
yes, sir.
All right. The next set of question number three. Number three and four. The theory that characters acquired during an organism's lifetime are inherited by offspring is A. Mendelian's inheritance, B. Mutation theory, C. Natural selection, and D. Theory of acquired characteristics. So give me the answer. Number four. Darwin's theory of organic evolution emphasizes that the fittest organisms A. Produce more gametes, B. Are physically larger, C. Have no variations, D. Survive to reproduce. So give me the answer. Are you done? Is
Yes,
everybody
sir.
done? Okay. Let's look at number five and six. Five, a group of organisms that arises due to accumulation of favorable traits over time is called, is it A, hybridization, B, speciation, C, natural recombination, and D, new species? So give me the answer. Number six, the process where unrelated organisms develop similar features due to their similar environmental needs is A, divergent evolution, B, codominance, C, parallel evolution, and D, convergent evolution. Are you done?
Yes, sir.
Vera, are you done?
Yes, sir.
Baokisu, are you done?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's look at number seven and eight. Fossils used to study ancient organisms are mainly found in A, igneous rocks, B, metamorphic rocks, C, volcanic rocks, and D, sedimentary rocks. So give me the answer. Number eight, a sudden change in the gene structure that can be inherited is called A, migration, B, polyploidy, C, recombination, and D, mutation. Are you people done with seven and eight?
Yes, sir.
We look at nine and 10. Which of the following serves as Evidence of evolution from comparative anatomy. A. Blood groups. B. Fossil formation. C. Chromosome structure. And D. Pentadactyl limb. Then 10. The type of mutation caused by breakage. The type of mutation caused by breakage or fragmentation of chromosomes is A. Epistasis. B. Gene point mutation. C. Genetic drift. And D. Chromosome mutation. Is everybody done?
Yes, sir.
The others, I can hear you. Others, are you done?
Yes, sir.
All right. Exchange. Oh, I forgot. This internet. I wanted to tell you guys to exchange your books. All right, please, oh, be very, very frank with yourself. If you fail, just mark it that you fail. Don't go and turn to artists. You have failed and you begin to color it so that you look as if you pass. I beg you, just be truthful to yourself so that you can know the areas to work on, the areas to focus on that you are weak at. You understand me? Because at the end of the day, you are not deceiving me, you are ending up deceiving yourself if you don't mark exactly what you got. So let us start. Number one, the theory that states organisms were specially created by God is D. Divine creation. Explanation. This theory says living things were made by God, not by chance. Do you under, do you agree to the theory? Do you agree to the answer rather?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yes. Now the reason why the others are wrong. A. Organic evolution. This says life changed gradually, not created at once. Then B. Mutation theory. This is about sudden genetic changes. Then C. Natural selection. This is Darwin's survival based evolution idea. So that is why the others are wrong. Number two, organisms develop organs because they need them, and the correct answer is D. Theory of need. Explanation was by John Lamarck, which who believed that new parts form because an organism needs them, e.g., giraffe stretching neck. So A, the reason why A is not the answer is because A is natural selection, which is linked to Charles Darwin's survival of the fittest, not need. So it doesn't involve need. Then B is overproduction, which is wrong because producing many offspring does not link up with need. Then C, struggle for existence, is still related to Charles Darwin. Even that B itself is also related to Charles Darwin's theory. So C is related to Charles Darwin's theory, which is struggle for existence, competition, not development of organs. So the best answer is D. The best answer is D. I want to ask, what was your answer for number three?
Option B.
Yeah, Shakuruddin says B. Vera, what was your option for question three? Your answer.
B.
You too, B. Balkis, what about you?
Sir, me to be oh.
Wow. That means B should be the correct answer. You, all of you failed. All of you failed. Why now?
I
Trace
said
acquired. Okay, you said D. Is that what you said, Shakuruddin? They say trace acquired in lifetime passed to offspring. The correct answer is D. Theory of acquired characteristics, which is linked to John Lamarck's theory. Lamarck said changes gained while living are inherited, e.g., stretched neck passed to young ones. So D is the answer. The reason why A is not the answer is linked to Mendelian inheritance, genes, not acquired traits. Then B, mutation theory, sudden genetic changes. So that sudden genetic changes is not talking about acquired traits. So those of you that mentioned B, you failed it. How many of you mentioned B? Almost all of you mentioned B now. Vera, is it not B you mentioned?
Yes, yes, sir.
Oh, back is it used to be. Then natural selection. This one is survival based and it is not an acquired trait. Number four. What did you choose for number four? The answer is D. O. Number four, Darwin's theory emphasizes that the fittest organisms is the correct answer is D, survive to reproduce. Explanation. Survival of the fittest means they live long enough to reproduce and pass traits on. A is not the answer because they produce more gametes. Reproduction isn't the only factor. B is not the answer because physically larger, size, fitness, which has no bearing to what we are talking about. C is not the answer because have no variations. Variation is key to natural selection. So, because of that, that's what makes these options wrong. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Vera, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Let's look at number five. What did you get for number five, by the way?
Option B.
You two, you option B. Vera, you go for number five.
D.
Option B.
Balkis, you said D. You said D,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Let us see whether you guys are correct. The option, yeah, Balkis, clap for yourself. Balkis got it. Balkis, you're not clapping for yourself. You don't. I appreciate yourself. Oh. You tried very well. So accumulation of favorable traits over time leads to, and the answer is D, new species. Explanation: many small useful changes over generations create new species. So A, hybridization is not the answer because it's talking about crossing species. Then B, speciation is not the answer because it's a process, not the product stated in question. You know what speciation is? Speciation is talking about the process of creating new organisms. The process of creating new organisms. So it's not really talking about the new species. But there was an option that says new species. But speciation is the process that leads to creation of new species. Do you understand? Talk to me. Yes. Then C, natural recombination is not the answer because it's talking about shuffling genes, not long-term species change. What did you get in number six? Number six is D, convergent evolution. How many of you got it?
I got it.
Wow, wow, that is lovely. That is lovely. That is nice. So, unrelated species developing similar traits due to environment. The correct answer is D, convergent evolution. And the explanation is that different animals evolve similar structures, e.g., bats and birds both evolved wings, which I have talked about. A, divergent evolution is not the answer because it's talking about same origin but different features. B, codominance is not the answer because it's talking about gene inheritance pattern. Then C, parallel evolution is not the answer because it's talking about similar species evolving similarly, not unrelated ones. Number seven, what did you guys get?
B.
Okay, Balkisi was B. Shakuruddin, what did you get?
B.
You two B. And then the class captain Vera, what did you get?
B.
You two B. I pray you guys will pass this one. Oh. Let us see. Let us see. Let us see. D. Ah, you all failed. You
I
all failed.
said
All of you
D.
failed. Okay, you said D.
Yes.
Beautiful. Lovely. Lovely. So number seven, fossils are mostly found in what rock? The answer is D, sedimentary rocks. You know, I told you when I was explaining fossil paleontology, fossils, I told you that most of these bones and all these products of animals in time past are preserved by sedimentary rocks. Yes. So the explanation: these rocks form in layers that trap remains. It is not A, igneous, because igneous is from volcanoes, which is too hot for fossils. And it is not B, metamorphic, because metamorphic is due to heat and pressure, which destroy fossils. And it is not volcanic rocks because it's same as igneous. It operates exactly like igneous rock. So, what about eight? What did you get for eight? What did you get
D.
for eight?
D.
D. So, Akuridi, what did you get for eight?
The last option.
I didn't hear you.
I said the last option.
Okay, which is D. What
I
about
said
you?
D too. I said D, A, B, C, D.
Okay, you said D too. Okay, all right, all right. What about you, Baokisu?
Sammy, I'm no longer seeing the screen again.
You're no longer seeing what?
The screen.
The sky.
Screen.
Okay, the screen. Ah,
Yes.
ah. So you are not able to do number eight.
No, I did it, but I did not see the question.
Oh, I see.
My answer is D. I'm not seeing
Anyway,
the screen.
the answer is D. The answer is D. So sudden change in gene structure passed to offspring. The correct answer is D, mutation. Explanation of mutation. Mutation is talking about the sudden change in DNA that creates new traits. So it is not A, which is migration, because migration is talking about movement of organisms. It is not B, which is polyploidy, because polyploidy is talking about extra chromosome sets, a type but not general definition. It's talking about an extra chromosome set. So it's not related to what we're talking about. Then it is not C, recombination, because recombination is talking about mixing of genes, not sudden change. Then number nine is D. How many of you got number nine?
I.
Wow. Balkisi is hot too. Balkisi is on fire. Well done. So evidence of evolution from shared body structure. The correct answer is petadactyl limb. You know what petadactyl limb is? Does anybody know what petadactyl limb is? So
No.
petadactyl limb is talking about the five plant structure in your forelimb and your hind limb. You know, in your forelimb, it starts with humerus, which is one. Then after humerus, you now have the radius and ulna altogether, making three, right? Abi?
Yes.
Then after the radius and ulna, you now have your carpals, that's your wrist. That is making four. Then after your carpals, you now have your metacarpals, which is your phalanges, your fingers. That's making five. So that's one plan. That's the five plan. Then if you now look at your hind limbs, it starts with the longest bone in the body. What's the longest bone in the body called? Femur, right? The
Yes,
longest
sir.
the longest bone in the body is called femur. After femur, you now have what do you call it? Tibia and fibula. That makes it three. After tibia and fibula, you now have tarsal. That makes it four. That's tarsal at your ankle. Then after tarsal at your ankle, you now have metatarsal, which is your different toes. That makes it five. So that's a five plan for the hind limb, and that's a five plan for the forelimb. So different animals have this five plan. All the apes they have this five plan. human beings to have this five plan. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So that is why they call it pentadactyl limb, because anything penta is talking about five. So explanation: many vertebrates share five finger limb structure, which is a common ancestry. Yes. So it is not A because it's talking about blood groups, which is related to biochemical evidence, not anatomy. Because this one we're talking about here is anatomy. Pentadactyl limb is linked to anatomy. Then it is not B because B is talking about fossils, and fossils is talking about paleontology evidence. And it is not C, which is chromosome structure, because chromosome structure is linked to cytology and not anatomy. Then the last question, number 10, what was your option?
I choose option B.
Um, what about you, Shakuridi?
The last question.
The last option. It's like all your options are the last option. Yes, that's good.
Yes.
What about you, Madam Vera? Hmm?
Shall see.
Option C. We shall see. Option Hey, that in rhyme. Oh. Option C. We shall see. Wow, that's a rhyme. Let us see. Number 10. The answer is D. Oh, the answer is D. So Balkisu got it right, and Shakuridin too got it right. Sorry, Madam Vera. You tried. You tried. So mutation caused by breakage or loss of chromosomes. The answer is D, chromosomal mutation. I told you that the chromosome can undergo mutation as well as the genes. So explanation: whole chromosome changes happen when parts break off. It is not A, epistasis, because epistasis is talking about gene interaction. It is not B, which is gene point mutation, because gene point mutation is talking about change at one point, not whole chromosome. And it is not C, genetic drift, because genetic drift is talking about change due to chance in population, not mutation. You get it? You get it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I have an assignment for you. I have an assignment for you, which is on your screen. According to your okay, you don't never mind. I'll send it to the platform. Yeah. Back you see, it's like you're saying something.
No, I didn't send.
All right. Who had 10/10? Nobody. What about 9? 9/10? Nobody. 8/10? 8/10? Ah ah ah. You people are making me sad. Oh. 7/10? Nobody. Still nobody. 7/10. Wow. That is serious. What about 6/10?
I.
I got six.
Okay. So, but those ones that you failed, did you understand why you failed them?
Yes, sir.
Vera, what about you?
Yes, sir.
So please,
I didn't join you on time. So I missed
you
some
say?
part. I didn't join you on time. I missed the.
Okay, yes, that's true. That's very, very true. That's very true. So please, read the notes. Don't only bank on my notes. Oh, read wide. Oh. Make use of. You say all of you have an essential biology textbook and modern biology textbook.
Yes, sir.
Yes, also read that one as well. Read wide and cover those areas. Don't abandon the things that we have done, because if you abandon it, that means the things that you've learnt will begin to fade. So from time to time, refresh your memory by reading it. All right, thank you very much. I think we should call it the day. Thank you very much. I will see you next time. Bye. You know the vex for me. No
Thank
single
you, sir.
bye.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you.
Bye.